stayed by the window for 1,000 times when you were gone. Everybody who approached from distance looked like you. When you weren't there, everybody looked like you. But now you don't look like yourself.
Who saves life himself?
Nobody. But I wanted to look like myself.
Could you?
I couldn't. Nobody can. Someday you realize that you aren't yourself anymore. You realize that it's too late.
You never realize.
You do. But you don't want to believe it.
When you realize, you'll believe it.
You'll believe anything then, but you don't realize anything.
You realize, but you can't perceive.
You'll perceive, but that will be too late.
Too late, but again you'll try.
To realize?
No, to perceive.
Will you perceive?
No, it won't be of any use.
What use?
It won't be of any good. There's too late.
Life more than
Goes on.
Who we say that?
Does it matter? He's dead now.
What was the name?
Khalid.
You said that.
Yeah?
You died.
Yeah.
How?
When I went back home, I didn't see her there. I asked where is Maria? They said, she is dead. And I killed myself.
For me?
No.
But then?
For myself.
Nobody wants to die for oneself.
But everybody lives for themselves.
You were my life.
I died for your life.
Wait, what?
We're saying wait words.
But here, everything is clear.
Nothing is wait.
Like me.
Like you,
Like us.
Meryem.
Honey.
Meryem.
Honey.
Meryem.
Honey.
One day you woke up and cried.
When did it start?
Since I was born.
You think you remember that?
No, later at the end of it.
Come close. Closer.
When should I start this?
From then.
Yeah.
From that evening at the theater. Come on.
Shouldn't I tell you about my childhood?
Tell me about another time.
Okay. I was sitting 2 rows behind you.
In the theater hall.
You were watching.
But before you said,
I told the truth?
say it again.
Okay. Okay. During 2 hours of the play, I have been watching.
Was I beautiful?
Very.
I was young and you fell in love with me.
Yeah, but it wasn't one-sided.
That evening I was telling myself, why you won't let up?
Did it bother you when I was watching you?
honestly bothered me when it would turn around quietly and it would see that you aren't paying attention.
I was paying attention to you.
What?
I was paying attention to you all the time. But when you turn around, I pretended that I wasn't watching you because you weren't alone.
It was my brother.
Come on.
Well, it was my fiancé, but I didn't like him.
Why did you go with him to the theater?
Not again.
If you didn't like him, why did you go with him to watch Hamlet?
Why does it matter?
I like Hamlet a lot.
You are great.
I followed you after the show.
We're in the same direction.
You know that.
So, why did you come then?
Are you obsessed with me saying I love you?
Yes, it's important to me. I need to remind you.
That I forced myself into your life.
No, you come with bouquets.
Then why do you say so?
Because I don't have any other happy memories.
I myself, I didn't know what I was doing. I followed you like a cop.
I was very nice to. The poor thing was wearing new shoes, like Harris's feet, but I made him walk all the way home.
I can't understand. How could you walk with him?
I didn't do it anymore.
How long I've been waiting for you in the darkness?
Where are you waiting at the door?
I wasn't at the door. I just came and memorized the flat number, but suddenly the door was open.
When Master asked you what you wanted,
How come you appeared
he was
there?
going back to his home. You laughed. What did you say? Does Mr. Haley live here?
I couldn't think of any other names. Where were you?
Behind the window, Master came back inside and said, that guy looks like a burglar.
Burglar. Did I look like a burglar?
Because you didn't wait for an answer and you ran out to the end of the alley.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Yeah. You feared Master.
Yeah.
No, I never forget it.
I returned.
I know.
What?
I know. I knew you'd return. I turned off the lights and waited for you.
I returned and passed in front of your house.
You returned and passed in front of me.
Were you looking at me?
Yes.
Zendegi kamubish idome Akademi از آسمون سنگ بباره زندگی کم و بیش ادامه داره حتی اگه از آسمون سنگ بباره به جای گل تو باغچه ها گل بکاره خنده رو از روی لباش بند بیاره غصه نکن
I couldn't sleep until morning.
Like me.
What did you do?
What?
What did you do? Come on, tell me.
Oh my God.
Tell me.
Forget it.
What did you do? Tell me.
Nothing, I only drowned myself in a pool in the middle of the square.
Did you swim?
No, I got fever. I went home and had the rest for me.
How long I waited for you?
Waited for me.
Yes, I thought you had followed me for no reason.
You know, you don't like that I was sick.
And now I know, but then I lied for you during the entire week.
Thank you.
No, I wasn't lying for you. I was lying for someone who looked at me with Hamlet's eyes.
What?
I watched Hamlet 7 times, and I longed for those staring eyes. I know what you want to say. I love you too.
Do you remember? Do you remember the night I was standing under your window?
Oh my God! I only remember a guy who was shaking all over.
I wasn't well yet. I returned to tell you I love you.
Why did you tell?
My jaws were shaking.
Just that?
No, there was one more.
What? I told you first.
I never forget it.
I was afraid I didn't go and never come back again.
I returned.
That there always will be me.
I will.
Alright, I won't run it. You never said why you were shaking. When I said bye, you were surprised. I replied hi.
Yeah, I said hi.
And I couldn't think of a reply.
You didn't say anything. You just closed the window.
I thought you were silly or something.
What did you say?
Silly. I thought you were tired. In the middle of the night, I was walking up. I felt as I was being looked at. I got up and went to the window. You were standing there, but we weren't.
When you closed the window, I cursed myself. I walked down in the street and returned to tell you, Miss,
can we go?
as soon as I saw you, I forgot what I wanted to say.
What did you want to say?
I really forgot, but you said it again.
As where? And you started shaking again.
But at last I managed to the theater.
You didn't, I did. I said, let's go to the theater.
Do you remember how happy that made me?
But you maybe have to say goodbye.
It was only because I was worried to say hi, and you closed the window.
I don't dare to say good old memories.
Because they always fresh and
But the day after that, the theater was closed.
yeah, it was Saturday and we went to the
What
cinema.
was the movie?
And the Bollywood film.
I told you.
No, I told you. This time I told you. I love you.
You said that out of the blue. I said, it was so hot in there, and you replied, I love you.
I had to say it anyway. I didn't need it to feel good.
I asked you, what's your name? And you paused too long to reply.
I was worried to say Khalil and you didn't like it.
You said Khalil, and I thought it was the most beautiful name.
You were so kind.
Master insisted so much at first, but then he got bored and let off.
In our wedding ceremony, there were none of your relatives there.
But there was my mother.
I didn't see her.
She just came to speak, cry, and bend over.
I felt so sad for you.
But I was happy myself. I felt free. But why everything was ruined?
I know, you blame me for everything.
Back then, yes. You loved your books. At first, everything was nice, but then I realized that I wasn't just your wife.
No.
I married you, but also your books and writing.
Don't be so mean.
I'm not being mean. You were always behind your photo. I sit there and think, then it appeared cheerful and laughing, holding a bunch of papers. Then you started reading your plans. Tears would come to your eyes as you read your plans.
I didn't know I was hearing you.
I will let you know. I love you. I thought whatever you said was a fact. Whatever you wrote was holy like God's words. Then your visits began. You'd sit and talk all the time with your friends. Sometimes I stand by the door and listen. You'd shout and curse. I was so worried.
I didn't understand.
You never understood anything. Your friends would leave and you lie beside me. I pretend to be asleep. You'd smoke, and when you'd fall asleep, you didn't give a letter from your dreams. You talked to yourself, you said words that would scare me.
It was a terrible time.
It was for me, not for you.
No, that's not true. I felt about you all the time.
You're lying. Then they came and arrested you. Oh, when they took away your books, I was deeply happy. after they released you, when you said you were going to leave Tehran, I was in the seventh heaven of the happiness. I said to myself, that's finally over. You and I are finally alone.
They said it wasn't my choice.
What am I doing? You took it up again. The first months were so good. You had become a teacher. In the mornings, I could see the schoolyard from my window. I saw how you played with the pupils. Project started again. Reading books, writing letters, writing poems. Let me speak. As soon as I opened my mouth to protest, you drawn your lecture. I remember your words so well. You just stand straight in front of me saying, "My darling, do you know Imam Ali extremely worked well? And the stupidity would reply no." Then you'd say in the same way like Josephine, you said the words like well from both ends of it, people are moving. When you said that, I listened to your every word once again. I let you fool me again. Back then I forget that you say I instead of I. You walked up and down the room and you swallowed and talked to yourself. Do you remember? You pointed to her throat and said, "The cutting marks of the very dagger with which they cut John's home are yours." I just stared at you, told and saw the whole mark. There was really a dagger cut on my toes.
It was a big one.
I will love you even more.
I always love you.
But when it's down over in mine, I was to kill you myself.
I was yours.
No, you were everyone's. You walked under the drain, then come back inside soaking wet and said, "I want to empathize with all the people who don't have a shelter to sleep under at this exact time." You were just pretending.
Why do you seem so mad?
Because you didn't empathize with me, who was always accepting. And you spoke of the people who didn't even know. You were so cold. You always talked of torture and execution of the Sharikal. Of the Sharikal bullets and down of the bodies buried and thus you cried when you asked leave in the street. Oh my, oh. Yeah. This is what I live for. Can't you still talk to me of trusting God's plans. I've been married, not me, Mary, your love, Mother of Jesus, sitting under St. Paul beside the hill, and I wish to die. Then God worked a miracle. Oh my God, a miracle. Now that everything is over, I don't know if I must laugh at those words or cry or be.
Laugh, please.
No. Honestly, I forgot how to laugh. I always cried. Do you remember that night when you received the letter? You decided to go back to Tehran out of the blue. I begged you to take me yourself, but you said no. You didn't let me to go with you. You didn't even let me to prepare your suitcase. When you went to wash over prayers, I went through your suitcase. I felt the weight of a whole world when I saw the gun. You, whose eyes were fixed on books and fingers not looking but fence. I couldn't understand why you were up in that gun.
Why? What did you do? That's Mariam.
Doesn't matter now. It was raining. The ground was covered in mud. I bent down and agreed to stop you, but well. You went by force. You laughed and said you'd come back soon. You lied. You lied to me.
I had to go.
You kissed me and left. You left and how hard and tried to revive the moment that you kissed me. I put my hand on my forehead and touched where you kissed me. Damn, that's what told you how to say goodbye!
What did you went through, Maggie?
Until when they gave me the news of your execution. Not much. Every day I'd go to the well like you liked, and I'd scream, "Where are you, Khalil?" I was like in a moment. When I heard them call my voice, I think Joseph is moaning my pain from the bottom of the well. Where were you, Khalil? Where were you?
I went. I thought I had. When I got to Tehran, they were waiting for me. Not my friends, but the cops. They arrested me. In prison, I understood that all those letters I received were from my prison friends. Friends that were not my friends anymore. The walls didn't matter to me, but the walls I had made for myself crumbled down on my head. I walked in my cell and would scream. I don't think that I was afraid of the tortures, no. I swear to your eyes, no. When I hit the back of my feet with a paper, I couldn't feel the pain. The pain inside myself was much bigger. But one night on solitary, what I mustn't have happened. I started to doubt. I doubted everything. I thought perhaps I've been wasting my time, I've been fooling myself, I lost my faith, I broke. I crumbled and I hate myself and every good thing that will not let me say. As we went up to the sky, like a smoke. Then no thoughts. The only thing I really own and I didn't appreciate. I told myself, nothing was more precious than hearing a lullaby by you. Nothing was more precious than one glance of you. And then I sat down and stared to the dark walls for hours and regretting why all of my crimes were unanswered. I was fed of everything except you. Everything getting me older except you. I was happy. With you, Hamlet was romantic. Getting fever and song. Did you everything exist? I told myself I gave my everything to you once more. My execution verdict came. I went to an interrogator and begged him. Don't look at me like that. I begged them. Khalid begged them to let me to see once more. They said there are conditions. There were conditions. And I couldn't accept it. And I couldn't accept it. But one day a dawn came for me. They blindfolded me and pushed me against the wall. I thought I was going to die. I was going down to the nothing for nothing. I wanted to yell them alligator and strength, but I couldn't because you were in front of my eyes. The clicking of the balls echoed in the sky and somebody had fire. Right this moment, I long for living more than ever. I wish to live. I heard the badge of the bullets and it faded. In the morning, the door of my cell was open. I wasn't. It told me to interrogator I wanted to live. He said dark conditions. I heard my own voice saying, I agree. Right at the moment I wanted myself. After a long time, they put the pen and paper into my hand and said, right. I started to write down. That's poetry. I wanted to reach over the poetry of my life. I wrote and wrote the names of my friends, the addresses, who one gave me the gun. They ordered me to write that my commander and companions were who and who. I did. They ordered me to write that I wanted to assassinate. I did. They ordered me responsible for sabotage. I did. They told me petition on water. I didn't have a water. My execution turned a life sentence. There was no more solitary. I had become a cellmate of those who saw me. He raised friends again. Transformed people.
What have you gone through? left, I read in the newspaper that terrorists were arrested, and there was a picture. I knew they would come for your belongings and read all of your books. I wouldn't feel happy anymore if they took away your books. I told myself when you come back and see your books, you'd be excited. Cops came from my home. I went to town. I stand by the prison wall for them to dust, but they would tell me you're bad for me. I told myself this is the best time to learn what exactly you are learning. I went back and took out the books that I had hidden near the well and read them one by one. I read them. They dropped. And I blamed myself for not understanding you. I blamed myself for not understanding that you were living for the ideas which were much important than me. But when I heard another rain, I looked. When I heard on the radio that the saboteurs had been executed, I told myself it shows proud and overnight. I told myself it shows love of the people who are much more important than me. I told you were way more honorable than any other person in the world. But still I didn't know what to do. I was lost. You had go with honor, I was left go with nothing. Without ever having understood you. One rainy day, I went outside, stood by the well, with the eyes windows without shelter, the way you did. I got wet, but I felt nothing. I stood over the well and screamed. My voice easily with echo. I screamed to the sky, I wish to die. I waited for a miracle. No miracle happened, no voice echoed, no answer echoed. Then I went back to the well and bent over. At that moment, I wished to die more than any other times. I wished not to live. I heard my own voice say, die. Then there was a sound of water getting wet and I sinking to the bottom of the well and not coming back like Joseph.
Why did you do that, Mary?
One day, you realize that you can't yourself. You realize that it's too late. So, I left. And you returned.
I wish I didn't. When I arrived in school, the kids surrounded me. The Irish told me I was late. I was in the late. I had always been late for it. I ran to a door. I had nowhere to move. I had nowhere to scream inside the room. I began to search. I found one book near the road. I found a ditch that you had put. The venom books. I said, by your grave, no matter how I tried, I couldn't cry. You see? That's always wanting me to. You see that? After a long time, I remember now tonight. I left. I laughed and told the truth. Right, and let it told myself. The rest is silence.
I saw it 7 times.
So what?
Nothing.
More is gone.
It's over.
You realize, but you can't perceive.
You'll perceive, but they'll be too late.
Too late, but again you'll try.
To realize.
Now to perceive.
Will you perceive too late?
No, it won't be of any use.
Don't use.
It won't be of any use. Best too late.
ഈ നാടകത്തിലെ അംഗങ്ങൾ മൊത്തം ഒരു ഫോട്ടോ സെഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. അതിനുശേഷം മാത്രമേ പ്രേക്ഷകർ പോകാമെന്ന് അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുകയാണ്. ഈ നാടകത്തിന്റെ സംവിധായകൻ അബ്ബാസ് അബുൽഹസനിയെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ നാടകത്തിലെ അംഗങ്ങൾ And now we invite the director of this play, Mr. Abbas Abu'l-Hassani, to introduce his team.
I'm going to do the introduction. I'm the translator of the play. My name is Sina Wasemi. And here is the director of the play, Mr. Abbas Abu'l-Hassani. Maftun Namdari, who wrote as Maryam. Khalil. This gentleman here, Mr. Josem Chamzadeh, our photographer and videographer. And in the technical room, Ms. Safida Zainulabedini, our lighting designer.
من تشکر میکنم از همه شما که از نمایش ما استقبال کردید و توی این شرایط تقریبا سخت تماشا کردید.
I wish to thank each and every one of you for attending our show. We understand that it is a little bit difficult for you sitting so close to each other and maybe you were not so comfortable. So we wish to also thank you for your patience.
میدونم که دوستان زیادی پشت در موندن و دوست داشتن رو ببینن ولی نشد.
We understand that there are many more people who wish to watch the well, but it wasn't possible, and we are sorry for that.
ما این اعلام‌آمادگی کردیم که اگر دوستان گروه دلیل جشنواره اینا میتونن براشون دوباره اجرا کنن.
But we have made arrangements for the other people who had to stay outside to watch this play again at 1 o'clock. And if you have any friends waiting outside, they can